Hi, I'm Sully Tongi Uleo Lulamanga III, but everybody knows me as LT. I'm an offensive lineman here at Dixie State University, and I am doing my informative and persuasive speech. I want to talk about the physical and mental side of being an offensive lineman and show you just a little bit about what we do. This is the run blocking stance and the run blocking position for you as an offensive lineman. So the first thing you want to do is get in a good stance. Any offensive line coach will tell you to get a wider base when playing offensive line. And the reason for this is that you can have a good base and a good driving force when you're going against a defensive lineman. So as for me, in my own personal, I like to keep a wide base, just like any other coach would say. I want to bend my knees, and I want to be at least parallel or a little bit above parallel with my butt from my feet and my knees. I want to be able to be in a good stance, just like this. I want my chest high and my head up. I also want, if whatever coach prefers it, our coach at Dixie State loves us to be in a three-point stance, and it should look like this. And the reason for that is so you can have maximum force and maximum speed going towards your opponent. Now that I'm in my stance, for the purpose of this video, the play is going to my right. Doesn't matter where the defensive lineman is placed, whether he's head up on either shades of my body, we will always go to the point of attack or where the play is going towards. This is how it would be, because our play is going to the right. Now we're going to talk about the pass blocking technique as an offensive lineman. The first thing I want to go over is your stance, like we did in the beginning of the first video. Your stance has to be wide. You need to have your hips down. You need to have your hand down, as such. Wide base, hips down, arm down. You want your hand in the grass. For the purpose of this video, the play will always go to the right. We first want to talk about our steps. Instead of going from our run blocking and going forward as such, now we're going to go backwards. Our first step is our inside step. The purpose of the inside step is to cut off the space quick enough for the defensive lineman to go to the quarterback. And that is done like this. The second step is your kick step. The purpose of the kick step is to create more space for that defender, the defensive lineman, to go away from the quarterback, creating a big enough pocket for him, the quarterback, to get the ball down to the receiver. That is done such as this. As an offensive lineman, when you're pass blocking, this all is simultaneous. If you do this in a broken up manner, you will get beat every single time. But as you practice this, you become better and become better and better. For this video again, the purpose is that the play is always on our right side. I'm a left guard, and the center and the quarterback will always be on my right side. If you are a right tackle or a right guard, the center will always be on your left side, and the quarterback will always be on your left side. Now I will show you the technique of the pass block. wide stance, hips down, hand down. I want your chest high and your head up. So for the other part of this video, I wanted to go over the mental side of being an offensive lineman. It's not all sunshine and rainbows for a lot of people. Being in the trenches and being one of the hogs on the O-line, it's a hard life. We always talk about we get no glory, we get no praise, but we always thrive. We're usually the smartest on the team a lot of the time, even though sometimes we might not seem like it, we are. There is a lot of mental challenges, and you have to have a mental toughness about you playing offensive line. A lot of what we do isn't by nature, by human nature. Going and destroying a person, that's not what you would normally do. When we're pass blocking, going backwards on a person, that's definitely not what you do. You want to go after them if they're attacking you. You don't want to just go away. But we do that. Being an offensive lineman is probably one of the greatest things that I've ever done in my life. I can feel it. I can feel this sense of rightness, I guess. When I'm playing. Also, when I'm on offensive line, you have to be big. You can't be a small dude. You got to be strong when you're doing it. You don't go against 300-pound linemen at 220 pounds. You got to be just as big as those dudes and conditioned. There's a difference between being big and slow and being big and fast and strong. And that's what all the conditioning is. That's why we do these weights. That's why we do the conditioning. That's why we do sprint work and agility, which is trying to work on your feet. That's why we work on our balance and our core. We work on our arms, work on our back, work on our legs. We do all these things. We work on our mental capacity, and we do all these things for one reason, and that's to be the best O-lineman that we can be. We want to be the best for our quarterback. We want to be able to manhandle people as an offensive lineman. We want to be able to protect him while he's in the pocket, because that's our job, that's our duty. Us as offensive line, it's all about mental. Anything we do, it's all about protecting. It's all about doing the best thing and the right thing. We're protectors, man. So when doing this and when taking this endeavor, understand that there's not a lot of glory. There's not a lot of praise. But there is one thing that being an offensive lineman is, and that's understanding true grit. That's understanding true heart, character, and being mentally strong. And that all encompasses being an offensive lineman. And so, if I was to leave you with anything, I want you to understand that you need to be selfless.